Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. So the more that I think I want to clean off my desk and get my open minimalistic space back, like could you return to me, the more stuff keeps piling on my desk. Isn't that interesting how that happens? So just to make room for my microphone and stuff, my iPad here, I had to move a new ring light. It's like just a $20 thing. I told you I felt like I wanted to get back into live stream broadcasting or making more videos for my YouTube channel, Sadie Marie Cherico. And now that it's here, I don't want to do it. Now that it's here, I was like, what was I thinking? Because I did do a tester live stream 2 days ago, and it was just so awkward. Like, really, the more I think about it, I'm like, I just don't know. So my guides really need to step up, and I am getting some guidance, thinking about, maybe what I need to feel more comfortable is a little bit more structure. There's a little structure going back, and so I might go back with, I guess what I want to say is a curriculum, like kind of like here, like I don't just get on up. I just don't get on up in here and talk about complete randomness. It is random, but right now the 105 laws of the universe are giving me a tiny bit of structure, a little bit of curriculum. So like today, we're going to talk about, what are we talking about today? Law 31, the law of free will or the law of choice. And it's a doozy. I mean, I didn't read it because it's so long. I was like, yeah, I only want to read that once. But it's like every day, like I know we're going to do something and then we're going to kind of spin off and base, it on that. Because if not, I would just tell you about my life. I would just talk about myself the whole damn time. So anyways, that's what I was kind of thinking, like maybe if I am going to do some live broadcasts on Facebook and YouTube and somewhere else too. I can't remember where it goes out to, but I maybe need a little bit of a curriculum or an agenda. And I was thinking about this one oracle deck that I have. It's called Sacred Geometry, and I was like, yeah, that might work. And the first set of cards in that deck is all about the chakras. And I was like, you know what? That might be interesting to do the chakras because one, I could dive in a little deeper and learn more about them for myself, and find like all my cards and decks and information about like the root chakra, right? And then I would I don't know. So I have a little bit of an idea, but it's still like I keep looking at the ring light and I think, I don't really know if I needed to get you because what if I don't follow through? What if I don't? But I want to. But yeah, it's funny how it's like it got the jitters activated or something. Like I'm just like, oh, I don't know. So we'll see. So yesterday was a huge day. I was so tired. Oh yeah, now I remember. I was so tired. And I was like, I'm going to go back to bed. Well, I did not go back to bed. I got up and I set the birthday table and I wrapped birthday gifts. And I was like, nope, we're not taking the exhausted timeline. We're going to take the birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday timeline. Because my son was turned 17. So that's what I did. Of course, right before he got up, I did lay down in my bed. And I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can get back up. Like, I took a mid-morning rest. But yeah, once he got up pretty early for him. I think he was up before noon. Wow. Once he got up, I was like, yeah, I'm awake. But it's so funny. I'm getting tired just thinking about how tired I was yesterday morning. But I just kept plugging through. I did a little vlog about it because his friends wanted me to vlog his birthday. So I did that. And then I finally did get to bed last night. Only to have, I kept waking up. Like as soon as I would get to be falling asleep, all of a sudden I would be in like this anxious panic feeling like I had forgotten to do something really important. And I used to do this all the time. Like I would just fall asleep and I'd go right into, I don't know if it was a dream or what, but like I had forgotten to put on like oxygen masks or something like really insane. Like I had forgotten to put on everybody's masks, or I had forgotten to push the button, which like was really important. Like I don't know what's going on in my dream state, but I wake up freaking out that like there's something that I need to do to like ensure the survival of everyone. So hashtag mom energy, hashtag worries too much. That clearly got activated in me yesterday. My daughter's face is better, by the way, if you're wondering about that. But my goodness, it's like, wow. So yesterday was the law of forgiveness. And then on top of all that, I had to do my forgiveness practice and take it to a much deeper level. So let's just officially say, I forgive everyone for everything. It kind of feels good to say that. Like, even if you're sassy and sarcastic, try it. I forgive everyone for everything. I forgive everyone for everything. Now, F off. Now, get the hell out of here. I forgive you. Go. Interesting. I have been doing the work to try to clear my abundance blocks and to clear some issues that I have had with, feeling like I'm not giving and receiving in balance, and right, like I've been really honest and open with this residual lack mentality, right? Like I don't think I'll have enough, or people take advantage of me, or I get screwed out of money. Like I'm becoming very aware that these have been within me, and so when they come up, I want to do the work, think about how I can integrate and transmute this inside of me. So anyways, you may have caught a little bit of that. Well, I've gotten some signs this week that my energy is shifting. It's shifting. I mean, I'm worried about my kids, but I'm worrying less about money, or being more at peace with what has happened, and being more, I want to say, proactive in my thoughts, and being aware of when those negative thoughts come up. I'm trying to diffuse them, or acknowledge them and then diffuse, and do my work. So I'm not sure what I did specific, but I think things are changing because all this week, I won a free giveaway. I got, then on another thing, I got a gift sent to me in the mail. 2 of them actually, 3 of them actually, now I think about it. Over the last month, I've keep seeing things change for me a little bit. My son's dad sent some child support. It was like, wow, like, which has always been super inconsistent, but I'm open to it being regular, even if it's just for my son's last official year of, come on, Dad, you should send a little money every month. This teenager eats a lot of food. He would like to eat a lot of food. I would like him to eat as much as he needs, so it's like I am aware of whenever I feel a little glitch inside of me, like, oh, you feeling resentful about that? Okay, well, you forgive everyone for everything, and you create your own reality and your attraction. So be thankful for the money that was sent, and be thankful, and just be thankful. Yeah, be thankful, period. So anyways, I am just noticing a few things shift for me. Having more money left over in my wallet, when I shop. Even like usually I spend every single dollar when I go to the store, and like, oh hey, now there's $8 in your wallet when usually there's not one goddamn dollar, you know. So it's just little things. It's just little things. But shout out to Kathy K, who sent me a card in the mail with a gift certificate to take my daughter shopping at Old Navy. That was super nice, like just out of kindness, and probably the fact that I hope I don't get anybody to do anything out of guilt. I really am hoping that no one does anything out of guilt for me, because I would never want that. But I have to understand throat chakra clogging up. I have to understand that people do genuinely care about me, or they do genuinely want to do nice things for me. And, it's only my nasty, bad bitch attitude that prevents them from doing that, So anyways, thank you so much, Kathy. I appreciate you too. And let's see, like this morning I opened up my chaga tea that I bought from Son of a Bear on his Etsy. Check out Son of a Bear on Instagram and Etsy. I bought the chaga, but it was only because he had given me a free coupon to get some reishi hot cocoa. So I had was gifted a free bag of reishi hot cocoa, and I was like, well, while he's sending me something, I want to get this package of chaga chunks, chaga chunks. And I finally opened that yesterday. You have to simmer it for several hours, which, according to the gas bill, sorry, here's my lack mentality popping up. According to the gas bill, is like, are you, what? But I did, and I didn't drink it last night because I was like, it was so hot still, and I was like, I am so tired, I want to go to bed. But this morning I heated it up, I let it sit overnight, and it is so pleasant. I thought maybe it would be like bitter and gross, but it's like yummy kind of, but mild. So I think I would like to put more chunks in it next time. He says I can reuse these ones. So maybe I'll just keep simmering them, and like, maybe like the longer you cook them, the more that comes out of them. But it was really, really good. And it's okay to start small, especially with a new thing. I've never drank chaga tea before because I don't know, I'm just kind of new to the mushroom world. I'm new to these fungi, and so it's delicious. It is delish. So that was, that's actually what kind of maybe started me noticing little things that were changing. Now, the third thing, I'm actually going to open it right now. On Instagram, I'm cutting across the top of an envelope. Jen Goes Outside was doing a giveaway for a smudge stick. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I just thought that was so sweet, So I shared it to my stories. I entered it myself because I was like, well, that would be awesome. But I didn't think I was going to win, like, because there's going to be so many people that probably wanted this. And I think she may have picked 2 winners. Aww. So I'm opening it up. It's wrapped up in some brown paper here, and it's got a little heart on it. So this is from, oh, it smells good, you guys. Jen Goes Outside. So I just opened now a smudge stick, and I'm going to leave it wrapped up in the brown paper right now, and I'm going to take pictures of it like this, and then I'll open it up and put some pictures on Herbal Marie. But I wanted to open it up so I could smell it. I think she said it has mugwort and cedarwood and lavender, I think. I'll have to recheck our messages. But she messaged me like, do you want the plain mugwort, which is sturdier, or would you like this one with the cedar, even though it may not hold up as well during the shipping? And I said this one because that was the same exact day that we pulled the cedar from the Herbal Healing Oracle deck. We actually had just pulled the Cedar Oracle card with a message of ritual. And then I finish up here and go over and check my messages at Herbal Marie, and I won. And she was asking me, like, which one do I want? And I was like, oh my gosh, well, I feel like I have to ask for the one with cedar in it because we just pulled a card. I was like, oh my goodness. So it smells amazing, even through the brown paper. Ooh, I can't wait to light it today. Could definitely use a little clearing energy to wrap up this week and to start a new month. It's the beginning of August. I just changed the calendar. You guys, it smells so good. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. Jen Goes Outside. You'll have to check her out. Her page is awesome. And then it's cute. Her husband or partner, man friend, I can't remember his name, but I saw that she linked to him one time. And his name is, I can't remember his name. Like, let's just say it's Matt or something. It's Matt Goes Outside. So Jen.goes.outside, I think. I think there's dots in between. But thank you, Jen. So thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Jen. And thank you, James from Son of a Bear, for sharing the Reishi hot cocoa, and also, just taking so much of your time and putting it in to the forest and offering such great products. So I see gifts coming my way. I see better thoughts coming my way, and that is going to direct me towards better energy and more abundance. So let's just stick with that momentum for sure. So I always love synchronicities, and to pull the cedar card and then be asked if I want a cedar smudge stick because I won a giveaway. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so fun. It's just confirmations from the universe. Just like another shout out to Kathy K. As I'm sitting there contemplating, do I even really want to go back to live streaming and broadcast, to receive a card from you that says that you appreciate my broadcasts and, you love my sense of humor. And it was like, oh, hello, Sadie Marie. Do you see this confirmation? Like, yes, it is in alignment with your energy to do more live streams and broadcasts and videos and to share yourself more and more and more. So thank you, 1, for the gifts, and 2, for the confirmations. Big time meaningful to me on so many levels. So are you ready to get for real now? Yesterday we did the law of forgiveness, and my notes in my little notebook, my little Dollar Tree notebook, says law of forgiveness. It embraces like the energy of allowingness and seeing all as love, because when we're in that eye for an eye thing, that revenge mode, it keeps the vibe low. It keeps our energy low, and all good comes from forgiveness. I also wrote down, forgiveness is holiness and quiet of mind, the might of the mighty and eternal virtue. Like, if you want to improve yourself as a human being, as a soul, it's forgiveness, honey. It's forgiveness. And you thought it was squats. And you thought it was a new mascara. Nope. It's forgiveness. That's the way to improve yourself. So to forgive and to release old anger allows the law of grace to intercede and disperse amounts of karma stored in the akasha. So yeah, it cleans you out on a karmic level. Like, get rid of that stuff. So yeah, I forgive everyone for everything. Now F off. Well, be for real though. Don't be joking like me. Like, it is so good to forgive. All right. Now, today we're doing the law of free will or the law of choice. And I think it's funny that it came after the law of forgiveness, because it's up to you. It really is. It's up to you if you want to do this. It's up to you. The whole stinking bit is up to you. Your whole life. You have choices in every moment to either feel love or feel judgment. You have a choice to either feel love or not love. Really. There's love, and then there's like everything else. Okie doke. So we in third dimension have the right to expand or contract, to bring our creative and expressive energies out into the world in positive or negative ways. This is our ultimate decision. Not all of existence lives with this law, as it carries with it both the possibility of great soul growth and the ability to lose soul growth and create evil or negativity. So yeah, not everyone in the universe has free will. Some places are just, they stay in love no matter what. So this is what we got here going on Earth. No matter what our circumstances, we have the power to choose our direction. We also choose to be under the influence of others or choose to be an example for others. Ooh, that's a good choice. We can choose to be under the influence of others or choose to be an example for others. Dang. We do it with 100 actions which lead to the circumstances we find ourselves in today. Okay, let's turn the page. Thoughts are things, and the mind is the builder. Let me read that again. Thoughts are things, and the mind is the builder. The free will we will use to create mixes with our ability to love profoundly, and therefore this path reflects the duration of the time spent in attempt to merge with the great soul of all creation. The Christ warned of that which could destroy the soul, not spirit. So there is always a possibility that a soul entity on its journey could become a God-hater with diminished light and be absorbed back into the Spirit of God to become just spirit and no longer a soul with separate awareness. Whoa. All right. Sorry for woeing in your ear so loud. A goal of our higher selves is to voluntarily and willingly surrender our egos to be a perfected spirit, hanging up the soul overcoat of manifestation regardless of how many lifetimes it takes. Okay, can I just back up a second? So there's a possibility that a soul entity on its journey could become a God-hater with diminished light and be absorbed back into the Spirit of God to become just spirit and no longer a soul with separate awareness. Dang. Is that like intense for you to think about? So it's like when I hear, it's like eventually everything goes back to the light, right? Eventually everything returns to source, to God, all that is. But it's like, are you returning back as just energy, or are you going to be have a separate awareness because you've went on a spiritual journey, basically, right? And you've done your work, you've done your forgiveness, you love, you start to create, you create, right? You grow. So that's a choice. Do you want to do that? Or do you want to be hateful and diminish your energy and eventually just be absorbed back into spirit and lose your awareness? Woo! Big thought, big thought. So a goal of our higher selves is to voluntarily and willingly surrender our egos to be a perfected spirit, hanging up the soul overcoat of manifestation, regardless of how many lifetimes it takes. So yeah, our souls want to go back. Our souls want to go back and be with the great soul, with the great spirit, with God, with all that is, with source. But we want to go back with our awareness. Okay, so that was ginormous. That's the law of free will, or the law of choice. So on that note, what kind of oracle card should we even pull? Wow. Like, do you want to be an eternal being with a separate awareness? I mean, a conscious awareness? Or do you just want to be absorbed back into God? I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I mean, that's kind of like, wow. Does that freak your ego out a little bit? But everything returns back to spirit. So I guess that's why it's like, yeah, even the people that go negative, that get evil, that whatever, it's like, yeah, like you've decided to not expand your soul. So you'll just be absorbed back and not go on this soul's journey. Big, 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 big. I need some essences. That's what we need today. All right, so let's bring out the Oracle of the Essences. This deck came to me the whole way from Australia. Love to Australia. And they're all about beautiful essences or essential oils. And the cards are beautiful. And the messages are beautiful. And yeah. Let's see, the law of free will or the law of choice. What kind of choices are you going to make today? Doesn't that make you want to be a little more serious about your spiritual journey? And even me, like I come on here all the time and say, that's the only journey that matters. Or actually, I don't ever say journey really. I say that's the work that matters. You know, don't get caught up in this world of illusion. Because yeah, you can get the house, you can get the car, you can get all the shoes, all the clothes. You can do all that, and at the end of your life, if you didn't work on your spiritual journey, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got shit. And you'll just get absorbed back into spirit. Or come back. Or you'll come back to try again. But if you go through life and you see your real work, your true acquisitions as spiritual knowledge, as peace in your heart, as love, and do your forgiveness work, then at the end of your life, you have expanded your soul. You've expanded your energy, your frequency, your vibration, and that is everything. All right, so on that note, wow. On that note, let's get some essences. I love essences. They make you breathe a little deeper, a little sweeter. Right now I have some Nag Champa burning in the air. Okay, let's get a message for the law of choice and the law of free will. All right, we got a jumper up in the middle. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that one. And then we're going to go the top as above and the bottom as so below. Okay, and then we'll see if we need any more cards after this. It may prompt a question, right? We'll see. 3 is always a great number for me. I don't have them laid out in a row. I have them laid out the first middle popper card. The popper is right there, and then all by itself, and then to the right we have as above, so below. So here we go. Let's see which one was popping up as I was asking about the law of free will or the law of choice. Dang, it's juniper berry. Oh, this one give me chills. This is a message about mirrors and awareness. So juniper berry, she is this young lady with a bob haircut, like above the shoulder bob. She's wearing a light blue shirt, and she is standing in front of this black energetic mirror, right? And there's juniper leaves and berries around the top edges and bottom. So it almost looks like a portal. It looks like a black mirror. And what it's saying is everything in your life is mirroring back where you're at vibrationally. So just like that's what I was talking about at the beginning of this podcast. Surprise, surprise. My cards are always in alignment with me. Yeah, I'm noticing some things being mirrored back to me that are different, better, that are saying, wow, you've shifted your energy a little bit, right? Nothing huge going on, nothing miraculous, nothing, they're just little things. But it's big to me because that shows me that my energy is shifting. I haven't won the lottery yet, okay? Right? But but I do have a smudge stick, and some money to take my daughter shopping, right? So it's like there are things that are mirroring back to me that are letting me know. These can be positive, these can be negative things, but it's always, always, always good to be that observer with that awareness of what is coming back to you, because it's instant, sometimes instant, but it's regular feedback. It's definitely feedback. So juniper berry is mirrors and awareness. And so let's tie that into the law of free will or the law of choice. Your choices come back to you every single damn time. So if you don't like what you're getting, let's make different choices. Let's start to make different choices of what we're thinking, what we're doing, what we're feeling, and what we're focusing on. So thank you, Juniper Berry, for that. Yeah, it is. Life is a perfect mirror. Our relationships mirror back to us. Everything is a mirror. So it kind of makes you stop and think like, wow, what am I projecting out? Because it's bouncing back and coming back to me. It is. It really, really is. So we got Juniper Berry, and we'll look in the book for the affirmation, of course. Of course we will. But let's see, as above, our next card, we have Basil with relief and rejuvenation. It says king, a lot of red. He's a red cape. He has his back to us too. So we have two cards now in a row that they are not facing us. They have their back towards us. Interesting. So Basil is a relief and rejuvenation. It has along his back, his cape, he's got this huge key. And he's standing in front of a gate. Interesting. It's like we have the key. We have the free will to open it if we choose. Okay, let's see what's so below. All right, someone's finally looking at us. It's Fennel. He is also a king. We have two kings here. Fennel is about intensity, or maybe even a message of overpowering. And yeah, this is the dad vibe card, that he's sitting on his clay throne, like it's like a Roman stone looking throne. And he has his right hand in the air with his finger pointed. So he is, when I'm looking at him right now, he is literally pointing to Juniper Berry, which makes it look like she's in trouble. Like, go to your room. Right? Like he's pointing to her. This is really an interesting layout. Yeah, this overpowering energy of our mirrors, right? Are the things that you're having in your life right now seriously intense? Like, is your relationship intense right now? Is things coming back so quickly and so to the surface. Things are coming to the surface of everything. Okay, that's another way to look at it. It's like a pimple, right? Like all the pus is coming to the surface, and it's like, can you see me now? Can you feel me now? It's like it's obvious. You can see it, you can feel it. It's like, wow. Like, can you please pay attention to what is manifesting? It's trying to bring awareness to something within you, that you need to, I guess, relieve, right? Basal relief, rejuvenation needs to be brought to your awareness so that it can be dealt with, and that you can either continue to make the same choices and use your free will to stay on this trajectory and this path, or use that law of the universe to choose differently. Use your free will to turn your ship around. All right, I want one more card. One more card, please. Okay, one more card here. We'll do the top card. It is Spearmint. All right, so yeah, turn that ship around. Here we have a goddess who's sitting by the ocean on a bunch of rocks. She has a scroll in her lap, and she is reading this information. At first I wanted to say children, but I can see that they are adults. So we have a goddess by the sea, a priestess, and there she is reading. So isn't that interesting for me? Personally, you know, I'm like, do I put myself out in the public eye, right? Do I do that? And here she is, sharing her knowledge, sharing her information. She doesn't seem like a newscaster, so I think this is a message of the heart. She has a teal colored robe that goes over her head and flows around her, almost that she is one with the waters. It's like she has a little wave splashing behind her, similar color. She is feminine energy. She is from the emotional realm. And her gown is a beautiful light green, right? So she is coming from her heart space. Her message is, and she has a little choker around her. Her throat chakra is open. And, you know, she's calm and peace and just beautiful. Wow. Just beautiful. So when I look at Juniper Berry, who's standing in front of the black mirror, I have basil, fennel, and spearmint being reflected back to her. I have red, and then, which from the basil, so I have this root chakra thing, which I was also just talking about that. I've got this root chakra energy. Fennel has an emblem on him that's yellow, which makes me think of the solar plexus, which is all about your free will, which is all about your will, and directing it. He's directing his energy with his pointed finger. And then we have spearmint coming in with the colors of the heart and the colors of the throat chakra. And spearmint's all about creative expression. So, of course, I feel like, yes, sweetheart, you should put yourself out there, even though, you know, it makes you nervous or whatever, because you love, eventually you'll get rid of the jitters or noob feeling, which I'm not a noob. You guys, if you go to my YouTube channel, Sadie Marie Cherico, and see what I've done over the past decade, I probably have over 600 videos. So I know how to be in front of the camera. But when you're doing it live with people commenting, it's a whole other ball game. And I have a lot of practice in that area too. But, you know, like right now, I'm not distracted. I can talk with my eyes closed. Nobody's commenting. And I can really get in this beautiful space of receiving. It's a little more challenging to do that when you know people are watching you in the moment and you have your face in front of you because you can see your own reflection. You literally have a digital mirror in front of you. So I'm like more aware of myself. Like now I'm hardly aware of myself. I can just talk without thinking about that I am actually in a body. But when you got the mirror in front of you, you're more aware of it, and then yeah, like things, it's just a whole different thing. But I love that she's also sitting in front of real people, Spearmint, because I've had the vision lately of me working in person with people. So I'm feeling like a local thing might be happening for me. I'm going to put the deck away, but I just want to tell you that Cinnamon is on the bottom of the deck with sexuality and creativity. So she's putting her energy up towards the full moon, clearing her crystals, and working her magic. So that's always fun to see, especially because that's like just a confirmation to be creative. And, Spearmint is saying creative expression, and having Cinnamon on the bottom of the deck, even though I'm not going to lay it out, I just put her away. But yeah, that's just a confirmation. Yes, yes, yes. If it feels creative to you to vlog your day, or to pull some oracle cards for people, or to do this or do that, whatever, do it. It's going to be different for everybody. Like what feels creative to me may or may not resonate with you whatsoever, and like just whatever makes you feel creative. Rearranging the rocks in your garden. I'm actually looking outside at my lilac bush, and I can see that I actually need to do that. It could be anything. Whatever is creative and expressive for you, do it. Share your energy with people. So yeah, let's grab the book now and dive a little bit deeper. Life mirrors back. Yeah, life really, really does mirror back. So let's see what Juniper Berry also wants to tell us. Carl Jung said everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. So yeah, it's like if something is irritating you about someone, I'm trying to like think this in real time too. All right, what is it that it can help us either understand ourselves, or what is it mirroring back to us that has to do with us? Oh, we think it's just them. We think it's just them being annoying, but it is there to mirror something to us, to teach us something that we need to know about ourselves. The juniper berry, let's just read from the Oracle of the Essences, the companion booklet. The juniper berry personality is filled with confidence, inner wisdom, and openness. It is the essence of the night and assists those who are not willing to look at their shadow side. So yeah, eventually you're going to have to look at your shadow side. I went there willingly. I really did. I was like, this work needs to be done. But if there is an aspect that I didn't get to or missed, it will show itself to me. Truly. Eventually, it all comes to a head, and it's like, look at me now. Look at me now, bitch, for real. You guys, another thing, now that I just swore, I'm swearing less in my life, which is another thing that tells me my energy is changing. Not completely, but it's headed in a different direction. And when I do live streams, I don't swear at all. It's actually almost impossible for me to swear. Very interesting. All right, so it is linked to the third eye in the subconscious self. When we stop battling the things we don't like about ourselves, we realize that there is much wisdom in these aspects we can learn. The fear of an honest assessment of the self creates mirrors in the physical world to bring awareness to the soul. So if you are honestly wanting to get to know yourself, assess yourself, grow yourself, heal yourself, there will be this awareness in the physical world, and it's all for your soul's growth. So when you're ready, here we go. Now, when the juniper personality is imbalanced, the individual can be sleepless insecure and low on vital forces, wanting to hide from society during the day and be awake late at night. Oh, that's interesting. Juniper berry helps restore balances in between light and the absence of it, not by bringing color, but by acknowledging that we need to accept what we don't like about ourselves. And yeah, that's the big thing about shadow work. It's like there might be things about you that you don't like, but it's important for you to accept them about yourself. Don't be in denial that you're a judgmental bee or that you do this or that. It's like, it's better to just accept yourself like, yep, I've done that. I am like that sometimes. That aspect is contained within me. And once you accept it, you bring it into you in a loving way. And that's when you heal it and change it, when you finally accept it. Juniper berry is a great essence to support the liver and kidney health, as well as assisting with sore joints and muscles. It can be of great help with feelings of depression. And this essence blends well with grapefruit, bergamot, and cypress. So Juniper has a question for you. What are you not wanting to see in your life? What are you not wanting to see in your life? Turn around and open your eyes. The things that you don't want to confront are the things that stalk you. There is a great teacher within your shadow side. Embrace it. Ooh, so that's probably what she did in the card. There was this darkness. She was probably facing us, right? Walking away from her darkness, walking away from her shadow side. Shadow side? Shadow life. Shadow side. What was I trying to say there? And she finally was like, you know what? I'm going to open my eyes, turn around, and look. Turn around and see what has been stalking me that I have been in denial about. Right? So yeah, I mean, open up your eyes to your shadow side. Open up your eyes to the things that constantly follow you in your life. And have a good look at it. Have a good look at it. So the affirmation for Juniper berry: I am in the process of becoming a better version of myself. I am in the process of becoming a better version of myself. I am in the process of becoming a better version of myself. Okay, I had to go drink some more chaga, and I had to laugh. I finally switched the calendar over to August. It's only the 2nd, you guys, not too bad. And the little saying this month is dance like no one is watching. And I have gotten so many messages this week to dance. It's not even funny. So when I flipped it over and saw that, I was like, of course, that's what you have that I have to look at for August. So more dancing this month, you guys, more dancing. Dance like no one is watching. All right, so I'm like, yep, we're just gonna have a quick little card pull here today, but actually we're going deep, y'all. We are going deep. And next we're going into basil. There is an unknown quote that says, sleep doesn't help if it's your soul that's tired. So yeah, when we're constantly being stalked by the issues and shadows that we don't want to acknowledge, that can exhaust you. It really can. I mean, quit running away from the things that you are avoiding. Just turn around, for crying out loud, and lay your eyes on them. See it for what it is. It might not be as bad as you think. And if it is, it's time to put a stop to it, you know? It really is, especially if it's depleting your energy like this. So basil is coming in with relief and rejuvenation. Ancient Greeks believed basil opened the gateway to heaven. So the man is a king who relieves anguish from his people by being generous. It is an essence that rejuvenates energy and allows you to keep going through stress and worry. The oranges in the picture represent the energy and movement that basil creates. Yeah, basil, essential oil of basil smells so good. Oh my goodness. Basil is assertive and focused. When the basil personality is positive, it is good at making decisions and always follows a purpose. So there we go. Law of choice today, law of free will. Got some basil energy coming in. However, when basil's in the negative, it can represent anger and view the world like a power struggle rather than a safe place to create. Basil is a thinker, which is why this essence is fantastic for mental fatigue. And you know what? All the essences are really like intense. Juniper berry, basil, spearmint, fennel. Like there is no subtleness with any of these smells today. They're all really like opening and like wake you up. Yeah, all of them are stimulating smells. All right, respiratory problems and nervous tension are other conditions that basil can assist with. Associated with the heart chakra. Oh, okay, very cool. It's more heart chakra. Basil is of great support for the lungs. For the lungs as well as for the adrenal glands, replenishing the body and relieving exhaustion. The basil personality trusts the divine energy and knows at the bottom of its heart that everything will be all right. All right. So now that it's come to us in our reading today, it might mean that you may need to rest and switch your mind off. You might fill your energy with hopes and positivity. Responsibilities are burdening you. Let go of the struggle and deal with them with ease. So Basil wants us to say, I am strong, I am courageous. I am strong, I am courageous. I am strong, I am courageous. So yeah, all these, how do I do this? How do I do that? Maybe we just need to take a little breather, a little break, a little breather, and step back from our responsibilities, and then we can deal with them with ease. If we're in that moment of feeling overwhelmed or there's just too much going on, we really aren't going to be that productive and focused anyways. So sometimes it really does serve you to take a step back and then regather your focus. And that's what Fennel looks like. Fennel looks super focused with his finger pointed up in the air. Gather your focus, and then you can direct that energy effectively. Direct the energy effectively. So Fennel is all about intensity, overpowering, and satiated. So Dr. Seuss said you have to be odd to be number one. He's so cute. You have to be odd to be number one. So if you want to be your best version of yourself, you want to be your own number one. Okay, everyone can be number one. The number one you, the number one version of you. You got to be a little odd sometimes, right? You're not going to blend in with the crowd. So Fennel is eccentric, fun, and patient. It is very open-minded when in a good mood. When Fennel is on the positive aspect of the essence, the life dial will be turned to exciting mode, feeling that there is nothing that cannot be handled. I do love that energy when it's like, oh my gosh, the energy's flowing, I can handle anything, it's going to be great. You know, I'm going to be able to like homeschool and work and broadcast, and I'm just going to have so much energy, right? Fennel is connected to the solar plexus chakra. It is a small seed with a big flavor. The fennel personality will definitely not pass unnoticed. However, fennel can be controlling and overpowering, expressing their self-esteem issues by degrading others. Fennel can be so self-absorbed sometimes that it will become blocked and isolated. Fennel is amazing for the stomach. It aids with feelings of inferiority and rejection. It likes to be the one that advises, as it knows how the rules of society are played. Fennel is always moving and always looking for solutions. Interesting. So you can see Fennel like a person of authority, as though about to give someone a verdict. And that is how I saw him at first. Like, go to your room. Like grounding Juniper Berry. She looks like she got in trouble. When you see these on my Instagram at Herb Oracle, you'll see what I mean. It's like, because she's kind of sulking. Juniper Berry has her one arm grabbing her other arm, like she just got hurt or in trouble, or she's afraid or sad, or, you know. And then Fennel's like, go to your room. If this card comes to you in a reading, you should assess the situations in your life in which you have been enforcing too much control. This card encourages you to let go of power and let the situation unfold normally. What have you been putting so much effort into that is still unproductive and frustrating? Rigidity is rarely beneficial. So, like when I asked that question, what have you been putting so much effort into that is still unproductive and frustrating? The Joker inside of me said, my life, ha ha ha. But yeah, I mean, sometimes we have these projects that we're just trying to be too controlling with, right? We're trying to micromanage or direct in the way that we think, and that really makes us rigid and unflexible. So the affirmation from Fennel is, I will trust my process and celebrate my progress. I enjoy flexibility in every aspect of my life. I will trust my process and celebrate my progress. I enjoy flexibility in every aspect of my life. I like it. Got to read it 3 times, y'all. I will trust my process and celebrate my progress. I enjoy flexibility in every aspect of my life. Yeah, and sometimes my mom will always say to me, I'm glad you're so flexible. And it's kind of funny because it's always after she's like changed plans with me like 3 times. Like, we're going to do this. No, now we're not going to do it. Now we're going to do this. Now we're not going to do it. Like, you know, she'll always say, well, I'm glad you're so flexible. Because I'm like, okay. All right. Okay. Like, whatever, you know, whatever. So let's try to have that kind of flexibility in all aspects of our life. And then things won't feel so intense or overpowering. We won't need to have the king come in and give us that relief, you know, when we just kind of take it easy more and more. So really, really interesting messages today. We still have spearmint. So let's just do that. Let's see what spearmint has to bring, because basil and fennel is so much masculine energy. I am so thankful that we have this incredible feminine energy to balance out these boys, to balance out this dominance and assertiveness. And yeah, because it's like we got to have it all flexible, you know. We don't just want to have that masculine energy of drive and making things happen. Of course, we want that, right? We want to assert our will. But part of having free will is being able to come from a more balanced place. And I think spearmint really does that. And even juniper berry too, we don't just want to push through our lives and make things happen without being aware of what's being mirrored back to us. I mean, we have an internal guidance system that we can, we always know when something feels good, if it's in alignment with what we are and what we want to do, but also we need to have awareness of what is being reflected and mirrored and projected back to us. So, I mean, I feel like that's a feminine quality. So let's see what spearmint says about creative expression. Nitesh Dixit said, the worst distance between two people is a misunderstanding. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. So spearmint is related to the throat chakra. Her beautiful smell is very distinctive and attractive to many. Because of the low levels of menthol in comparison with peppermint, spearmint is widely used in the cosmetics industry. Spearmint helps with digestion, aids the respiratory system, and is also a powerful anti-inflammatory. So yeah, juniper is great for the respiratory system. They're all these essences that kind of open up your lungs and would open up your sinus cavity and bring you into awareness. And spearmint is like that too. She just does it in a more gentle way. Like, it's not like being burnt by peppermint. Like, peppermint is so powerful. Spearmint has a little less menthol. And she can also open you up just a little bit more gentle. So spearmint encourages speech, writing, and creative expression. It assists people with speaking their truth. When spearmint personality is positive, the individual can communicate easily and is confident in expressing his or her will. However, when spearmint personality is on the negative side, the individual becomes closed up and is afraid of speaking their mind. They live in their heads and create stories that have no basis, but are only attached to worry. So that's interesting because, juniper berry had that message like, if your juniper energy is out of alignment, you might like hide during the day and only come out at night, and and people do that energetically during the day. They live in their heads. Like, they might not be like hiding in the shadows of the night, but they're not expressing, they're not talking, they're not sharing, they're not communicating, they're not connecting. They're just living inside their head and creating these stories that are just based on worry. In their own personal sense, they're becoming delusional and disconnected. So some people under the effects of the spearmint personality do speak their truth, but they do it in a way that is harsh and selfish. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people speaking their truth, but they're just so brash. So spearmint helps you find kind words to stand your ground without hurting others. Spearmint is like a blue and green goddess. She is holding a scroll representing communication. This card represents clarity and compassion. She is talking to a group of people sharing the truth. There is a surge of power behind her, a big wave representing the upswing of energy and liberation when one speaks their truth. So that resonates highly with me because, that's why I do this podcast, because I have more energy at the end of it than at the beginning. And it's because I open up my throat chakra, I open up my heart, I pour it out, right? I don't just spill the tea here. I like smash the whole friggin' teapot against the wall sometimes, but a lot of the times I do connect with this spearmint energy, and I'm sharing it without being too harsh. Like, I don't need to break the whole teapot. I don't. I can say what I want to say and do it in a beautiful way. So that's a good reminder for me. If spearmint appears to you in a reading, you must find nice ways to express your truth. You need to be nice. You might also be guided to express your creativity in some way, and you have been putting it off for a while now. This is a sign you are waiting for. Go and do it. Go and do it. All right, so the affirmation is, I politely and calmly speak my mind with clarity, confidence, honesty, and ease. I politely and calmly speak my mind with clarity, confidence, honesty, and ease. I politely and calmly speak my mind with clarity, confidence, honesty, and ease. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. So yeah, spearmint with creative expression is kind of coming in to soothe over all the other messages of intensity and empowering we got from fennel, and relief and rejuvenation from basil. And we started off kind of dark with juniper berry and mirrors and awareness. And spearmint just kind of, comes in and says it can be done. It really can be done, regardless of what you've been through, or what you're experiencing, where you want to go on your journey. You can do it in a nice way. You really can be sweet. You don't have to bark and yell, and even though it's fun to get up in people's faces, you don't need to do that. You can actually just have this incredible power from being in alignment and being connected to truth. Ooh, so this is such a powerful spread. 2 kings, a goddess by the sea. But let us not forget that it started with a meek, insecure looking card of juniper berry, of facing her darkness. All this power, all this alignment came with the juniper berry card of facing your shadow. So you will find your greatest light in your shadow. You really will. So dive in there and don't delay. Wow, so what a great message to face our shadow. I mean, the pot of gold that you're looking for is in the darkness of you. It really is. Like, everything that has just been like, you've been falling short, it's been mismatched. Your manifestations have just, been a little wonky. The solution, the guidance, the gold is in your shadow self. It's in your darkness. It's in the stuff that you haven't incorporated and accepted about you. So if you really want your life to fall into place, you need to do your shadow work. So be aware of what's being mirrored back to you. Have that awareness and have that strength. Have that courage to do that work. You have 2 kings. You have basil and fennel ready to guide you, ready to direct you, ready to help you feel relief and rejuvenation and all of that. So even though it might be intense, just go ahead and do it. And don't feel like you have to counteract this intensity with your own overpowering dominance. Spearmint says you can be gentle, you can be nice, you can be creative. So on that note, have a beautiful day, express yourself, and keep me posted because this energy is amazing.